Hamilton Ticats play their season finale on Saturday against the Montreal Alouettes. And here with the Spec Steve Milton. Steve, this game does not mean anything in the standings, but I think it's an important one to the Ticats going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think, Drew, they've got to prove that they can get back on the winning track. And more importantly, because the next two games are here, and particularly the playoff game is here, they've got to prove they can win in this place. They haven't beaten a Western team in here in a long, long time. They're going to play a Western team. So I think they've got to get into some kind of rhythm here. And I think you want to go in with a win. Winning to players is a lot more important than it is to you and I when we're watching this game, or even to the fans. It really means something because they only get to do it once a week. So they've got that, and they've got to try out some other players. And I think this is a really good opportunity to do that. They've been in lame duck situations before, and that's what this is, a lame duck situation. That haven't really helped them, but I think this can help a little bit. The other thing is they got to survive physically.
Well, that's the thing about Montreal, is that they are a physical team. They like to dominate, especially on defense. Even though this game isn't going to mean anything for them, they're out of the playoffs and have no chance of making it. They're going to try and physically dominate the Ticats because that's what they do, right? Players in Montreal, as a veteran squad, particularly on defense, they're not going to take it easy on the Ticats just because this game doesn't mean anything to them.
Well, Zach Caleros pointed out the game last week when they were already out of it and how physical it was in the trenches, particularly by that front three on Montreal. They generally play a 3-4, and that front three was, and you got to figure it's their last chance. They don't play ball again. Nobody's going to be hitting anybody again until June, and so I think that you're going to see them want to sort of go out in some kind of style. And they're also playing for jobs. There's a mess in Montreal right now. We all know it. So nobody's 100% sure of their jobs on that team.
Now, because this game doesn't mean anything in the standings for the Ticats, you are going to see some of the more familiar faces. Guys like Simone Lawrence won't play a ton. Larry Dean, Adrian Tracy is not going to play in this game. I don't think you'll see much of Terrence Tolliver. Caleros will play a little bit to start. And then I think we're going to see Jeff Matthews, not Jeremiah Mazzoli, but a lot of Jeff Matthews. And I think this is a really important game for him, Steve, just because Matthews hasn't played a bunch this year, is a free agent after this year. He has an opportunity here to showcase some of his talent.
Yeah, and it's a really important thing because it's not only important in the arc of his career. Look at where we are in the CFL right now. Everybody's trying to have that second backup. And if you look at all the playoff teams, all 6 of them, you could say those are the 6 with good backups. The 3 who missed the team, there's all kinds of other reasons that the 3 who missed the playoffs. But one of them is backup quarterback. Certainly at Toronto, that's been a case there. And Montreal didn't really have a starter, but they also didn't have a good backup. And you could say the same with Saskatchewan. So there's going to be some jobs for guys like Jeff Matthews if people feel that he can be a good number 2 next year. He was number 2 last year. He lost that job to Jeremiah Mazzoli near the end of the year, and he hasn't really taken any snaps. So I think, even though he downplays it, and all he says is, I want to win this for the team, and I believe him. That's what quarterbacks do, day of. That's what they're thinking of. But in the long run, this is a very, very good opportunity for him.
Make sure you check out Saturday's Spectator for a full game preview, as well as 3 Down Nation, all the up-to-the-minute CFL news. Steve will have a good column on the Matthews situation on 3 Down. Well, it's probably up there already. So make sure you check all that out. Reporting for the Hamilton Spectator, I'm Drew Edwards. That's Steve Milton.